You're such an asshole.
We have an interesting request, and that's one thing I love about my job. I've ran into some interesting different people, and we have actually an actor that I'm going to keep anonymous. Certainly not a Mel Gibson, but we'll just leave it at that. Hey, Cappy, please keep me anonymous, but you're a certain age and you were born and raised in a certain place. I'm really trying to keep you anonymous because I don't want you associated with me at all, so you can continue having yourself a good career in acting. Live by myself in a small place at a part of town. Drive a used car, minimalist, and even that information would be identified. You have an advanced degree and things and stuff. You're successful. You put in your dues. You put in your dues. My life took an interesting direction at a particular year when I was going to night school and working as a daytime thing. You're approached by Hollywood and you ended up getting a role. I'm really trying because I don't want you to have any chance of losing this opportunity. I apologize. I wish I could be a little bit more. Boo person took a liking to you. You're identified by a talent agency, basically. Fast forward several years. You've acted in several films, signed a contract with the company. You're getting polished up with your acting. The amount of new people, girls I'm meeting is overwhelming. I'm currently spinning many plates. Been single since that point in time. Please don't say the name of anything like that. Okay, all right. My question, how would you advise an artist on how to move forward when I have had several experiences where people have used or tried to use me for my contacts on artistic abilities? I'm working on not being so open with people, but with the internet, I feel I cannot trust a lot of people anymore. No, you can't. Like once you get notable, and I think I asked the question, like, how notable are you? Because, I mean, if you get to George Clooney level, everyone knows George Clooney, and that immediately changes it. One thing I like about my level is of lack of fame. It tickles me, man. It's hilarious when a guy's like, how you doing, Captain? I'm like, and it's only happened 9 times. Like I've only been recognized 9 times. So I like this level of, not popularity. I'm known enough, like geeks and nerds and people will find me, like, hey, Captain, like, so it's still rare, but I could not imagine being what it's like to be an A-list celebrity. Because George, that's gotta suck. That really, it's like I don't know if you know this, but the president can't drive. If you ever get elected president, you can never drive ever again. I'm like, hell no. And that's the same thing with fame. I don't want to be so popular people recognize me in the street. I don't want that. But you may be going down that path. And there's pros and cons to it. You'll be very rich in wealth and successful, and girls obviously are approaching you. But yeah, man, if you got that popular, you can't walk down the street no more. I go downtown Rapid City. No one gives a shit who I am. No one cares. It's great. So, that's kind of the paradox of the quandary you're facing right now. How would you trying to use you for contacts and artistic ability? I'm working on not being so open with people, but with the internet, I cannot trust a lot of people anymore. Plus, I'm now working with a agent who's trying to get me even more press and recognition. It's good for your long-term career. When it comes to fame, what would you advise someone who could potentially have a great deal of it? I am happy that I'm a bit older and not a teen, but it still does freak me out a little bit. It should. It should. Your privacy will be gone. Like, okay, we don't know if you're going to become the next George Clooney. You're a handsome man. I'll tell you that. You're a good-looking dude. I'm like, damn, look at that. I wish I looked like that. Wish I looked like that. But I don't. But, yeah, you should be concerned because you don't think about it. You all, be careful what you wish for. Would you really want to be George Clooney? Would you really want to be Bruce Willis? You got to wear I'm not saying that. I'm not deciding for you. It would be great to make George Clooney money. It would be great to be, and you know what? Maybe you go down as a Clint Eastwood-esque. Maybe you're the next James Bond. You're the next big A-list celebrity. And you could have this cool acting career. Maybe you're Philip Seymour Hoffman level acting, or maybe just really good looking, a character actor like Humphrey Bogart. You could be that. And you could go down in history as one of the world's greatest actors, which is great, which would make your mark. And I think it would be worth it. But just so you know, there's a cost. I'm sure George Clooney or anybody else. You know who I'd like to be? I'd like to be, he's so cool. Quentin Tarantino hires him all the time. Why can't he use a Disney kid? Oh, for God's sake, I'm picturing Big Trouble in Little China. Why can't I remember? Kurt Russell. I'd like to be Kurt Russell popular. Not so popular at it, but just like, man, you're Kurt Russell. Oh, man, that's so cool. That's so cool, man. Yeah, if you keep going this way and you also get signed up and you're the next handsome fella, if I had to make a choice, I'd take it and just be very, wear wigs, wear hats, whatever, wear sunglasses. I'm sure your publicist probably knows what to do. But yeah, just you will be a public figure. There's a chance of that, and people will recognize, and that's great. People love you. I mean, who doesn't like Bill Murray? Everybody loves Bill Murray. But there's a lack of privacy that comes with that. So, when it comes to fame, what would you advise someone who could potentially have a great deal of it? I am happy that I'm a bit older and teenagers. I love to tell stories and the stories. All right, here's what I would do. If you're going to go fame, you're going to go fame. The people have decided you'll act, you'll do. They've pigeonholed you. Right? If you make it, you make it, and you know how precarious that is. All right, so maybe you go become the next James Bond. But I would keep a very, very low profile. Harrison Ford, I think, does the same thing. He doesn't really give a lot of interviews. He doesn't, he's kind of keeps to himself. Keep to yourself. Also, you don't know me, dude. And I know you talked about red pill things and you watch Rich Cooper. I don't know why you want to watch that Canadian bald-headed guy. But you are whatever they want you to be. You're an actor both on stage and off stage because of the money. I won't lie, because of the money. If you could make money acting, and you make a lot of money, you're a good-looking dude, you make all that money, save it. And here's what I would do, because you don't know Henry Cavill, for example. I'll give you an example. Henry Cavill and Arnie Hammer. I loved the latest movie, Guy Ritchie film, Man from U.N.C.L.E. Apparently it flopped. I thought it was a great movie. Henry Cavill, he was like all everything, and then he said he doesn't date feminists or whatever he said. Don't put words in his mouth. Now he's not the thing anymore. Now he's not. He should have been James Bond. Frankly, is the new James Bond. He should have been the new James Bond. All right. It could come and go. So one, save your money. Okay. You got a used car. You live in a small 1-bedroom apartment. Awesome. Save your effing money. All right. 2, have social media only what your publicist allows. Okay. Your social media is what the publicist says. Okay. So you become big time actor, make lots of money, and get multi-million-dollar grade A celebrity roles. You don't talk about the red pill. You don't talk about your politics. You don't talk about anything until you are so old that you are like a Bruce Willis. You can mouth off and like, nah, I'm doing this. I like guns. I like Republicans. But you're whatever they want you to be. Those are the pros. Okay. I would also set up in the twilight. Now, we don't know if you're going to go big or not. Okay. If you get as big as George Clooney, they're all going to know your name. All right. So there was no hiding it, no hiding your face. But let's prepare for the contingency that maybe you don't go that big, which might not be the worst thing. You're a B-list, C-list. You're a character actor. People might recognize you in different shows and things like that. What I would do with people like they're trying to get access to you because of your contacts and everything. All right, well, the word's kind of out then. Why don't you come up with an alias for your personal life? And that's what I would do. I come up with an alias. Your name is Bob Bobson, Joe Joneson, all right? Theodore Theodorinson, all right? And you are a accountant. You get your own profile, wear glasses. In other words, you have an alias, right? And maybe you wear fake glasses, something that doesn't immediately give you away. And so that way you can have a normal human life. And that a girl that you meet out at the bar or the restaurant or in salsa dance class or whatever says, what do you do for a living? You say, well, I'm an accountant, which is not sexy. Ask Chad Elkins. But then you know she likes you for you. And I would keep the used car, and I would keep the one-bedroom apartment, and I'd play the poor man's game. Like, no, I'm just getting by, I make a handsome wage, nothing fancy. I just, because that way, and this is the problem you're going to face if you get very popular or you get any little bit of fame, or certainly within that industry, you're right. You don't know if these people like you for you or they like you because of the connections that you can get them. And so I would come up with an alias, almost to the point. I don't know how far along you are in the fame world yet, but if you're still relatively unknown, glasses, something else, like you have a separate wardrobe that when you go out, you're Mortimer Snerd. And you don't tell any girl, absolutely do not tell any girl that you are an up-and-coming actor. Do not. You're a handsome enough man. You don't have to worry about that either. But you're just, Clark, Batman and Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent and Superman. Okay. You put on your glasses. You don't tear this shirt off until you go off to the movie studio, but you probably have to live a double life a little bit just to keep things on the down low. And that's just to have good friends, a social life. And you know what? Be great if you had friends, a girl that liked you because you're just a regular old accountant or dental hygiene. I don't know. Accounting, you could kind of fake. Oh, debits and credits. Dear, I did invoices. Oh, I did accounts payable. I did accounts receivable. You could fake that. Take an accounting class or two. You'll learn the lingo. But yeah, if already you got people using you for connections, might want to set up an alias. Set up an different name. Your name is Vlad Felkums, and you're an accountant over in California. That's what you do. The Vlad Felkums Agency. That's deal of it. Happy a bit older. Than, and then as for what it deals with, here's the other thing. When it comes to fame, all right, I don't know. I've never been famous. Except one time when I wrote an article that I wasn't going to see Mad Max Feminist Thunderdrome. And then I was global for a hot 15 minutes. Save your money. Don't piss it away. Buy a piece of property out of the United States if you have to leave. You are absolute. You have no political leanings whatsoever. None. Take the money and run. So that if all of a sudden you're like a Henry Cavill, and like, you said something politically unpopular, you're just not in fashion anymore, you leave. All right, and you got your money. And then you actually could go live a nice little life. No, what, you look familiar. I had some acting roles. Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, you were that guy behind the counter with the funny hat. Yeah, I remember. And that's it. You could live a normal life with a lot of money. But if you ever do get popular, dude, I don't know. You're going to have to talk to George Clooney about that. But whatever you do, you don't mention politics. You save all your money. You buy a place overseas and you just be quiet. That's it. Make your money. And then in your personal life, you can like, no, son, you're not voting Democrat. I'm kicking you out of the house if you were to have children, something like that. All right. Wow. Look at all the super chats. Ricky Webster, new guy. Well, welcome, Ricky. $5 props, dude. Thanks, Ricky. What do you got? Is that a hat? It's a hat. Can't tell. Well, thanks, Ricky. I appreciate the $5. Red sings the blues. Oh, I got to get on his show. Oh, darn it. Oh, you're right, Red. I'm sorry, Red. We got to get donation. Aaron forgot to send an email. We got to interview my. I know. Hang on. Where's that? Oh, here it is. Red sings blues. Because I'm going to tune into the show. There we go. Yeah, you're right. We do. Fred Freeman, Mexican poops again. Fred again, $2. I tell him I'm Aaron Elkins, the economic accountant. They actually are two distinct roles. Everyone kind of like, well, you're a finance guy, right? Can you do taxes? No, that's an accountant. Well, you're an economist, right? So you can do my taxes. No, I can't. I cannot do your taxes. That's a CPA. That's a tax guy. Fred again for $2. Prager says I should marry. God's will. Should I? Yes, you go marry a girl and be happy and do. Yes. Go and marry. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, ASOconsulting.com. See you guys later, toodles.